So in this lesson, I'm going to be looking at basis vectors. What does this mean? What is a basis vector? Well, it's a unit vector that is exactly unit vector that is in one of the three directions. So let's start off with in the x direction. So what color shall I go for? Green. So in the x direction, that's a vector that's exactly along the x direction and has a length of 1. So this is called I. So and it has components, well, 1 in the x direction, 0 in the y direction, and 0 in the z direction. And then the next one is j. That goes along the y-axis. J. And you might be able to guess that this one has 0 direction in x, length 1 in y, and 0 in the z direction. And the last one, which you might have guessed, is k. So ijk. And you can probably guess what this is going to be. It has 0 components in the x direction, 0 components in the y direction, and a length of 1 in the z direction. Okay, so again, this links back to unit vectors. This, I think, you can break down a big complicated vector into lots of small different components, and then we know that if you add the vectors together, you'll get the original of what you wanted anyway. So let's have a look at an example. Yeah, this is just repeating what I just said. A vector may also be defined in terms of I, j, and k, or I, j, and k are the unit vectors in the x, y, and z direction. So here we're told that v has components 2, 1, and 2, and we're asked to show v in terms of I, j, and k. Well, this is again pretty straightforward. So we're just going to take v and say that it's equal to 2 I hat, and then j is only one of j, so we don't need to write number 1. It's j, and then 2 of k, 2k. And if you had something without a component, so it feels like this, if it was like p hat equals 10, 0, 5. I'll even do it in a different, not just in the same color. So you have p here. So that is 10i plus, right, well, it's 0j, so you don't even put j, you just go straight onto k, plus 5k. So when there's a 0, you don't need to include the letter. So if you want to visualize this, you can think it goes along 2 in the x direction, along 2 in the x direction, then it goes up 1, goes up 1 in the y direction, 1, and then it goes up another 2 in the z direction. So 2 there. So, and these are all at right angles to each other. Wait, that's not drawn very clearly. So this is our vector v here. And if we were looking at vector p, I'll do p in a different color. P, it would go along 10, and because it's not got any y component, it's not going to go along here at all, it's just going to go straight up 5, and that's where it would land. So this can sometimes be hard to think about because we're drawing a 3D shape on a 2D surface, but if you can find some computer software, anything that helps visualize it, I think it'll become a lot clearer.